And I heard something once, and it's been life-altering, was forgiveness is not condoning someone else's behavior. It's giving up the hope of a better past. Giving up all hope of a better past. That's what forgiveness is.
Giving up the hope. Because
you can't change the past.
Yeah, it's almost like we're hoping that something would fix it.
Yes, or if like in my situation with family, you know, which is very bad, they'll get it. They'll just get it. Mm-hmm. Or they'll apologize for all those things they said to me and did to me. Mm. Well, no, they didn't. They're not gonna. They didn't do anything. So I had to give up the hope that it was gonna change. It just is what it is. And that seems sort of, I don't mean that in a dismissive way. It just, you know, it's like, and the one thing that I learned was everybody has a path to walk. And so I've seen this. Like, who am I to tell you to walk your path differently? Yeah. So if that's where you're at, cool. I can choose to be around it or not.
Wow.
And that was huge for me because people pleaser. I'm an adoptee. I'm a foster kid. And, you know, I started out life having to please. I had to, you know, we have to heal someone's broken heart from infertility. That's how we start.
Oh my goodness, what you just said. You say things that stick with me forever, just so you know. We have to, what? Say that again?
We have to heal our parents' broken heart from infertility. So we got to come in and be super cute and super sweet and give no grief because, well, they've taken us in and we're so lucky.
Oh, wow.
So when you start that, you know that very early on.
Right.
You were the second choice. You were second best. It was not, no one, very few people go into adoption going, I choose adoption. It's usually years of fertility and infertility, and then it's like, well, we can always adopt. Second best. And make no bones about it, we know that.
Wow.
So we've treated serenity. I've turned my heels on that and said, no, we are spiritually connected. God meant for you to come here. We everything happens. My body was not supposed to be the vessel to bring you here, but my heart was the one who was supposed to keep you here.
Because you've adopted.
Yeah.
And so you know.
So I know how she feels.
Yeah.
My husband calls me the child whisperer because I was the messed up kid that everyone hated, right? And no one wanted around because I didn't regulate myself. I had, you know, I was an emotion waiting to happen. And go ahead, push that button and see what you get. You know, so yeah, so I went into this as like, she is never going to feel that. She is never going to feel that she was the second choice. Because she wasn't. I have 2 biological children. I can give birth. But we just felt that, no, we have to. I just felt like it sounds crazy. I wanted to right the wrongs that were done to me. And not that my parents were horrible, because they absolutely weren't. But they made a lot of mistakes because they didn't know what they were getting themselves into.
Right, and a lot of people back then didn't know.
Who knew about FASD? Who knew? You know, I in my book, I even talk about, my whole theme in my book is that serenity saved me.
Yeah, and that's the name of your daughter.
Yes. Serenity. Or she says serenity.
Serenity. Oh.
Yeah, and it's my book is In Search of Serenity. Because she saved me. Because I learned about me. I was in an FASD seminar, and my husband was in Fort Mac, and sitting there, oh my God, this is me. This is me. I just thought I was a terrible person. My whole life, I just thought I was a bad person.
You know,
I went to the bathroom at that seminar, bawling my face out, like 10 o'clock in the morning, and I phoned my husband, who was in Fort Mac working, and I said, Murray, this is me. I'm that. I have FASD. And he said, I know, honey. Trust me, I'll have a think. I got you.
Our spouses really do know.
Yeah, that was probably not the right response, darling. The better one would have been, oh, darling, really? You're so perfect.
Yeah, note to self. That's the right
guys out there.
Not, I know. I know you're messed.
Yeah, totally hot mess express right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you know, it's so I see a lot of people trying to raise these kids, and they take their behavior personally, and they're like, and you know, and I always say, like, listen, your kid didn't wake up this morning and go, okay, 10 o'clock. That's the time. I'm going to have her losing her junk by 10 a.m. I'm going to have her crying in the corner. That's what I'm after. Yeah. And they're responding to the world around them. And they don't know how to. They can't regulate their emotions. They can't regulate their feelings. They're in foreign territory. Guard their hearts. Watch where they're at. See, oh, I've got them in a situation that's too much for them. We need to remove them now.
Mm.
And I don't care if you're having a great time.
Mm.
Your kid's about to melt down. Don't allow them to embarrass themselves.
Mm.
Don't let them be the kid that everyone hates. Because I was. I know I was like, I had a relative say to me, oh gosh, I ran into them at a family reunion. I mean, I was a grown adult, I was probably in my 40s at this point. She goes, you're such a nice person. You were such an asshole as a kid. I'm like, oh, thanks. I think.
Oh.
Right? And I know
Yeah.
that I was that person, right? I know that I was that kid, right?
Mm.
I mean, I think my mother might have had stocks in a wooden spoon company because she broke that many over my butt.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
But that doesn't work with a kid like that.
No.
Punitive discipline, I don't think it works with any kid, but it really doesn't work with kids from hard places,
Yeah.
right? So
I love what you said. Like, guard their hearts.
I always say, I've said it all along, I will guard her heart. I guard her heart. I watch her. I see how if I've got her in a situation that she's about to lose it, I will remove her because I don't want her to embarrass herself. I don't want her to become that child that no one loves. And no one else is going to, people aren't going to get and go, oh, she's having a rough time. They're going to go, oh, that's that jerky little kid that, like,
Mm-hmm.
they have certain things they say I won't go into, and I don't want her to be that kid. I want her to be, like we always say, Serenity could give stink eye for England because of all the visits she had to do. She don't like strangers. Go figure.
Yeah,
don't get.
Yeah.
And I say to people, don't get in her face. She'll come to you. And I tell them ahead of time, this is nothing personal about you. This is where her heart is. Please respect that. And people are cool with it. Right? I don't do that in front of her. I sort of whisper it to them. But so I guard her heart and I watch her. I watch every situation I put her in, and I watch because I know I was put in so many situations where I lost my junk and then I ended up getting spanked. Right?
And yeah, I think you bring up so many good points about the kids that feel that way,
Yeah.
and then it becomes self-fulfilling prophecy.
Preach.
Right? Where it's like, I knew you were like that, but really we created that by how we treat those
Right.
kids and how we set them up
Right.
for failure or success.
And that's what I say. Like, we're raising kids from hard places, so we have to recognize that maybe we can't stay at that event as long as you'd like to because you're visiting with your friend you haven't seen in 10 years. Your child's about to implode.
Mm-hmm.
Get them out of there.
Yeah.
Don't let them embarrass themselves. Don't let them be labeled that kid. Whereas you can diffuse it in seconds.
Yeah.
I hear you. I see you. I got you.
Wow. And imagine, like, for kids, that's so important, but even just in any kind of human relationship.
Right?
I find it interesting what came out of the conference in Edmonton, but also in Calgary and Delta, was we want to support people who are hurting,
Yes.
but we don't know how to. Like, we're starting to realize that as people are speaking up, being more vocal about their struggles,
Right.
we're like, well,
crap! Now what do we
do? Now I'm really uncomfortable, or I don't
Yeah.
know what to say, or I just like, and so I feel like these things that you're mentioning of how we would work with a child
Right.
who's struggling is probably how we just need to do human relationships.
I always say it's very, very true. It's anybody. They just want to be heard.
Yeah.
They just want to be seen, and they don't want some to. Well, I just choose happy.
I just choose my.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. My God, I'm 55, and I just figured, why didn't you tell me this 40 years ago? Like,
what we really want to say.
I can just choose it? I never read that memo. The heck?
Oh,
Right?
we should totally say that. That'd be funny.
I have been known to say that.
Really? Oh, yeah, I bet you have. I want to be there with you.
Maybe last week.
Last week?
Not even kidding.
That was really funny.
I know. Thank you, Captain Obvious. I just want people to lean in and listen.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that was so powerful for me with the Hope Movement thing we did was Jesse told me afterwards that when I got a very rousing response about one of the statements I made, apparently, I don't remember this, I fist pumped myself. I went like, and Jesse goes, I love you, Sally, but I loved you more at that moment. And I go, but you know what that was about? And I got very emotional. I said, it's the first time in my 55 years of life that people actually heard me.
Oh.
It was like huge. I got, you guys get it. Oh my gosh, you get it. Like, it was the first time.
What did you say?
I said, how are we going to change the face of foster? How do I think we should change the face of foster care? Number one, stop allowing people to use it as income. Fostering is not a job. It's an act of love.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And the people went crazy. And I'm not loved in social services because I advocated for the child. The ones that shut up and do whatever they say and do what they want, they're the ones that they love and they give commendations to. I'm sure that if you pulled my file, there'd be bad things and there'd be a big red dot on there like, she's bad, she's mouthy, right? Because I'm sorry, this is not in my child's best interest. When did we worry about the system more than we worried about the child? Oh, we're doing that. That's what we're doing. We care about the system. We care about our rules. We care about this. We don't care about that there's children hurting and being hurt and being damaged every single day. And you know what they want? They want to be loved.
That's it.
And they're not manipulating you. And that's what we all want, is a soft place to fall. Sometimes we don't need it, but just knowing it's there.
Yeah.
You know, someone that really gets us and really hears us. It's huge. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
And so people say, well, I don't know what to say to them. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I should. Listen. You know, I don't understand. I have a very dear friend whose husband completed suicide in last May. And I have said to her many occasions, Victoria, I have no idea what you're feeling. Thank you, Jesus. But I'm here. Tell me what you want to tell me. This is a no judgment zone.
Yeah.
And that's powerful, right?
Yeah.
I can't fix it. I can't make him come back. But I can be there. I can make her feel less alone. And that's huge, right? And that's because everybody wants, right? But they don't know how to ask for it. And they think they're screaming out for it. And people are just discounting it. Or they're too busy. Or they're, you know.
Yeah, it's a two-way street. It's almost like sometimes it's ego, you know, it's like, I don't want to appear,
right,
you know, weak. And so if I admit this to somebody, what are you going to think of me? So we have to kind of lay that down. And then the person who's listening, you know, it really shows that we don't know how to hold brokenness. We're not okay with brokenness. We like
I need to fix this. I want to fix this. I want to fix this.
Yeah. No, I love what you do, Sally. I love what you say. I love that you're out there advocating for better parenting, creating places of safety. You've got your book coming out.
Hopefully, yeah.
I've read it. I love it.
In Search of Serenity, yeah.
It's so good. And we're doing the Brave Parents
I know, I'm
conference.
so excited about that. I can't even tell you.
Like, if you've heard anything, like, that's nothing. Like, I remember we met for coffee for the first time a while ago, and I'm like, because I'm a journalist by heart.
Right.
And I love to document everything, because what you say is powerful. I'm like, why was that whole conversation not recorded? Because there's just so many good nuggets. You know what really stuck with me, and if you don't want me to have this in there, I'll edit it out. But you said the foster system is the present day residential school.
Please put that in there, leave that in there, because it absolutely is. The foster care system, and they've even upped their rules just very recently this week, and it is going to kill children. This is a vile, I will say this, I will preach it from mountaintops. This is a vile, disgusting organization that has not, I had several social workers say to me when we were doing it, it's not about the kids, Sally. It's never been about the kids. Because I was like, what about Serenity? What about her? What about her feelings? How she's affected by your rules?
Because your daughter, she is indigenous.
She is indigenous. She is an indigenous child.
So you know all about this.
I know all about this. And you know, and I don't, we've had to have so many conversations why my legs are glow in the dark and hers are brown. You know, like I'm very, you know, I'm not gonna be able to ever pretend that I'm her biological mother. And so I always say, don't we go together great? I know, isn't it awesome? Like I try to, and the big thing is I meet her questions.
I love that. No, I can't wait for people to hear you at this conference, just because you have so many good things to share about just connection and relationships and foster. Like, I think that we'd have to do a whole other video on foster care. The things that you have said have really awoken me to systems that aren't working.
Right.
And I think there's many people who would agree with you.
And there's thousands and thousands of people that would agree with me, but we have to stop also, because my daughter's indigenous, we have to stop the us against them thing.
Yeah.
Why can't we come to the table and talk? Tell me your truth. Tell me what you want me to tell her. You know, why can't we become an extension of family? Like, why is it us against them? And whenever you create that, there's no room for love.
Yes.
There's no room for that. There's no room for coming together and coming up with solutions if I've already decided before I've met you that you're the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
How do we come together? How do we all work together for the benefit of this child?
Of the child.
Like, can we just take our eyes off of what we think is right and ask them what they need
Yeah.
and hear them?
Yeah.
Why is that such a hard concept for anyone to get? But it's power tripping and it's egos and and we need to check that crap at the door. This is not about you.
Yeah.
This is about vulnerable children who, through no fault of their own, have been placed in a situation that they're having to navigate big, big things
Yeah.
when they don't have the mental and emotional capacity to navigate it. So that's why they need us to guard their heart.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. I love that. Guard their heart. Well, this has been amazing. We could chat forever because there's so much to say. But no, thanks for being so brave, Sally. Like, in saying what everybody else wants to say.
I'm kind of notorious for pointing out the elephant in the room.
Love it.
Not everyone loves it about me, but
Well, I love it.
I wasn't born with a filter.
Well, and you know what? You're speaking up because
Right.
you've lived
Somebody's
a time.
gotta.
Yeah.
Somebody's gotta, because someone's gotta speak up because kids are dying.
Yeah.
Not okay.
No, not okay.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
We have to do better. And we know better, we do better. Well, we do know better, but so why aren't we doing better?